This is Jeff Heller from Awards Radar. How's everybody doing?
Hey
Hey
Jeff,
Jack.
doing good. How are you?
Okay.
First, congratulations on the series.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Appreciate that.
I'd like to talk about your characters a little bit. Can you just each talk about what drew you to your characters? We can start with MJ.
Oh yeah, one of the main things that drew me to Dylan was his love for the same music as I do. We both are huge metalheads, so that was definitely something cool that I could relate to him on.
How about Chiara? How about yourself?
I think that there's a lot going on with Jordy underneath the surface, and there's so many different layers to her as a human. So being able to explore that, definitely surrounded by this kind of external layer that's a little bit tougher and a little bit harder to grasp and reach. There's just a lot of dimensions to explore, and also the way that we ended up putting Jordy together with the costumes and hair and makeup, it was really exciting.
Kazay, how about yourself?
For me, it was just, showing the psyche of an innocent child. Like it was really cool to see how different perspectives can infect that. It was really cool and imperative to me that I answer that question of like what that does to kids who aren't exactly like brick and mortar to the T, listening to everything that's being told to them. So it was that was what it was for me.
Is horror something you're each naturally drawn to, or is this something that's foreign to you guys? Where do you stand on the genre?
I love
Horror
horror,
finds me.
definitely.
I find horror. Horror finds me. I end up working on a lot of horror stuff and I love it. It's a really fun genre. It's really fun to play in, and you also get to do a lot of things that you wouldn't normally get to do in the rest of your life. So I think that's really cool.
I mean, this is kind of by and large, for most of the series, this is kind of just a teenage drama for the three of you at least.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if that's something you were able to draw from personal experience for.
Well, I
Totally.
actually haven't been a Satanist in my personal life, so I
Well, no,
think
outside
that
of the latest part. I mean, who knows? Maybe,
whatever floats your boat.
For yeah, nah, I think it was really cool to see this age represented. Like it was really cool to see such a young and rebellious age, and their frontal lobes aren't developed, so they're not making the best decisions. It was really cool to put them in such a strange environment and just let chaos ensue.
right.
Yeah.
I would say your characters, I don't want to give anything away, but your characters, I think it's safe to say, make some questionable decisions, for personal gain. I'm just curious if any of you have ever done anything that may be considered, questionable for your own gain.
Um,
No.
I don't think necessarily. I mean, I would hope not, but I think that part of the human experience is making mistakes and hopefully learning from them. So I think we all make mistakes and hopefully are, picking up the pieces afterwards and moving forward. And what wouldn't you do for love? That being said, I do think Jordy knew all along that it was a terrible idea. So however this goes, I'm holding my ground on that.
MJ, how about yourself? Do anything that you may have done in the past that you may regret for personal
Not
gain?
that my mom would like me to share. No, I can't really.
Oh, that's a smart answer right there. That's funny. I'd like to talk about the tone of the series because there is some humor in it.
Yeah.
I think because you a lot of it kind of falls on your shoulders as far as the comic relief. I just want to talk about how do you balance that as an actor when it's kind of a heavy series, but there is some drama in there, some humor in there. I was wondering how you balance that.
It's a fine balance, if you will. It's really cool to see these dark and gloomy stories and try and find the joy in it. And what drew me to Spud is once I got the second episode, I was like, oh, he's not like this the whole season. He takes things, he learns, he adapts. So it was really just finding the moments that are funny and making them hilarious, if that makes any sense.
And Kezii did such a great job at that. Like it feels so real. It's not like anything like ridiculous. It's all just like real good comedy. Very
No,
grounded.
working with both of these boys, MJ and Kezii, there's so much banter and you develop like a true band camaraderie and friendship. So being able to play off of them in all of the scenes makes working so much more enjoyable. And also life has a lot of different tones and a lot of different layers, and I think it can be scary and dramatic and also kind of funny sometimes. And that's what makes our show unique and fun to watch.
So you mentioned the band. Where do we all stand on the musical talent? Are we all playing our own instruments? Do you have musical background? Where do we stand on that?
Well, because I already knew how to play the drums, and then
'Cause I
Kiara
learned
and I, we had to learn our instruments.
Yeah.
How much of that did you take with you? Could you sit down right now and
MJ will
I
send
could,
jam?
yeah.
throughout the
100.
week of him playing random songs, and every time I get a video, I'm like, this is amazing.
Thank you,
That's
man.
awesome. So is there anything that each of you, I mean, it's a horror series. Is there anything that you're each afraid of? What frightens you the
Like
most?
in the show,
No, in real life, for you personally, what frightens you the most?
spooky ghost, spooky ghost.
Ghost. Um, I'm not a huge spider girl. I don't love spiders. But
Ugh.
something really weird. The other night I had a dream that I got bit by a black widow,
You turn
and
into
I
Spider Woman.
no, and I woke up with a spider bite on my arm. Isn't
Do you
that crazy?
have
That is
powers?
crazy.
Isn't that a little spooky and
Do you have
terrifying?
It is
powers?
very much
Have you
so.
tested?
Spider
No,
power?
actually, I did. I am just fine. My spider bite is 100 million% not a black widow. That being said, it was a crazy dream to wake up to a spider bite. So
I'm genuinely scared of elevators.
what?
Yeah,
Your movie?
I'm not a fan. I'm not the biggest fan of elevators. I have a really weird thing with open truck, like open bed cars or trucks. I've seen Final Destination a little too early, so like if I'm driving behind one, I will get in the opposite lane just to like save myself the trouble.
Well, guys, congratulations on the series again, and thanks for taking the time and good luck.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
So
Thanks, guys.